James, Mikel Merino, an Arsenal player at last. Give us the details.
Finally confirmed this, another saga, I guess, but it's been agreed a few days ago. He has now been confirmed just before 4 o'clock this afternoon. We understand the fee around €37.5 million, including performance-related add-ons. It's a 4-year contract for the 28-year-old. Arsenal do have the option of extending that by a further year. He'll be in line to make his debut for Arsenal at home against Brighton this weekend. Also, in terms of outgoings, a couple of players. Fabio Vieira, he's arrived in Porto ahead of completing a season-long loan move. Ajax remain interested in Aaron Ramsdale. David Raya now is the first-choice keeper for Arsenal. Look at what he's done in the first 2 weekends of this season. So Ajax, Southampton are considering whether to go back in with another offer. So far, the reason why a lot of Premier League clubs have struggled to make this work, and for Ajax as well, Arsenal were looking for a permanent deal in this window. They're looking for worst case, a loan, ideally with an obligation to buy. But we understand the valuation that Arsenal have set in terms of what that buy price would be has put Premier League clubs off and Ajax so far. But it does look like Aaron Ramsdale wants first-team football. Whether or not it's in the Premier League or Ajax, they remain interested.
All right, let's stay with Arsenal outgoings. Eddie Nketiah, is he going out the door?
It's going to be an emotional time, I'll tell you, when we don't talk Eddie Nketiah anymore on our transfer shows. But it's getting ever so close, though, to a move to Crystal Palace. They've agreed a deal in principle with Arsenal Crystal Palace. Fee understood to be around 25 million. Initial payment with 5 million performance-related add-ons. That's still being discussed right now, but he has been given permission to undertake his Crystal Palace medical. Forest were keen, but that didn't materialise. Now the key is Nketiah, probably a bit like we've said over the last few weeks on Emil Smith Rowe, probably time for a fresh start, a move. Arsenal pretty firm. They wanted around £30 million. So this is getting ever so closer. Hopefully we'll hear from Oliver Glasner tonight as Crystal Palace take on Norwich in the League Cup, because plenty of transfer lines for managers to get into in post-match interviews tonight.
Aren't there just? I want to stay with this Nketiah though, because at the weekend we all saw Arteta say, I need a forward, but he's selling one. So aren't they going to be short?
Well, a bit of context with Eddie Nketiah. As promising a player as he is and as important as he has been for Arsenal over the years, he's not started a Premier League game in 2024. So by that token, they don't necessarily need to bring a replacement for somebody simply to not get many minutes. But then at the same time, Gabriel Jesus is injured at the moment. The initial prognosis is that he's not going to be out for long. I think what helps Arsenal here is there is an international break following this game against Brighton. But I think Arsenal fans are concerned because given Gabriel Jesus' injury record in recent time, Kai Havertz is seemingly the only fit striker they have at this moment in time. I think Arsenal fans forget that Kai Havertz was signed as a left-side number 8. He's now excelling as a striker, so he's the first choice there. There are other options in the pitch. Leandro Trossard can play there as a false 9 as well. And we did report at the beginning of this transfer window that forward was an area that Arsenal looked to strengthen in. So if they are to get a forward in this window, they'll have got everything they wanted in this transfer window. It does feel like with time ticking, it's unlikely they're going to get one done. There's not going to be any panic buys, that's for sure.
OK, welcome to Sports Desk. We start with breaking news because Arsenal have announced the signing of Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad for around £31.6 million. The 28-year-old has signed a 4-year contract. He's going to wear the number 23, and he is their 4th major signing of the summer. And Mikel Arteta had this to say about Mikel Merino. Mikel is a player who'll bring us huge quality in his experience and versatility. He has played at the top of the game at both club and international level for a number of seasons now. Mikel will make our squad significantly stronger with his technical ability together with his strong and positive character and personality. He continues, as we all saw in the summer, Mikel is also a winner with his strong performances throughout the Euros, helping Spain win the tournament. We're delighted to welcome Mikel and his family to the club and can't wait to start working with him. He is, of course, the 4th straight summer transfer window. Arsenal have broken the £100 million mark. So there we go. They have done that with the signing.
Right, some breaking transfer news to bring you now. It concerns striker Eddie Nketiah. Crystal Palace have agreed a deal in principle with Arsenal for Nketiah. The fee is understood to be worth £30 million. It would be £25 million initial payment plus £5 million in performance-related add-ons. Talks do continue to finalise the structure and makeup of the add-ons, but Nketiah has now been given permission to take a medical. Personal terms not expected to be a problem. Of of course, you know that Marseille and Nottingham Forest both tried to sign Nketiah this summer but couldn't come to an agreement. And we also know that the player does want to leave to get more regular first team football. But yeah, now at Crystal Palace, they've agreed a deal in principle with Arsenal for striker Eddie Nketiah.
Arsenal secures Mikel Merino transfer from Real Sociedad. Arsenal has completed the signing of Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad, and he is poised to make his debut against Brighton following his departure from the Spanish club. The Gunners announced the acquisition of the Spanish international on a 4-year deal, with an option for an additional year. Mikel Arteta, who has long admired Merino, played a pivotal role in securing the midfielder to bolster Arsenal's squad. A transfer fee of approximately €32.5 million, £27.4 million, plus €5 million, £4.2 million, in add-ons was agreed upon with Real Sociedad, where Merino spent 6 successful years. During his time in San Sebastian, the 28-year-old made 242 appearances and scored 27 goals. He was instrumental in helping La Real win the Copa del Rey in 2020 and has since become a key figure for Spain's national team. Notably, Merino played a crucial role in Spain's 2024 European Championship victory, scoring the decisive goal in extra time against Germany in the quarterfinals. He also came on as a substitute in the final against England, contributing to a 2-1 win. Merino's addition to Arsenal's midfield provides Mikel Arteta with more tactical flexibility throughout the season. Typically deployed as a left-sided number 8 for Real Sociedad, Merino is versatile enough to play as a number 6 or even a number 10. His ability to impact both the offensive and defensive thirds of the pitch might also influence a positional shift for Declan Rice, potentially moving the English international into a deeper midfield role. Merino is set to join Arsenal's training sessions this week ahead of their match against Brighton on Saturday. He could make his first appearance for the club in this fixture, which kicks off at 1500 hours British summer time at the Emirates Stadium. Fans can follow the live action on our Matchday blog.